Hey friends, and welcome to part 4 of our series on our carousel post template spec on Figma, which you can again download by clicking on the link in the description below. So we talked about the logos, we talked about the avatars, the colors, and the fonts and typography. In this last section about components, we talk about anything else that's available in this template spec. And we have 4 elements here. We have what we call a slide header, which is basically the description or the topic of your slide deck or your carousel posts pack. And then we have a progress bar, which is a visual indication of how far a consumer or a reader of your post is in the process of the carousel. And then we have a footer and we have a swipe icon. So you can edit the slide header either here, or you can do this when you're actually designing the slides or the carousels in the work area. You can override this. So this is completely optional, but if you change it here, it will update on all the templates, and there, you can basically make it easier for you to create the same title for each slide. And then you also have the option to hide the page number if you want. In this case, we leave it here. But yeah, you can always make sure you can always make local changes as well if you need to override these settings. And then here under the progress bar, you can see that this component is basically the topmost part of the slide templates. You can change the color here if you want, but typically it will be using the brand color, sometimes the accent color, because they work both on dark and light backgrounds. And I would probably not change the color too much here unless you really, really want to. And then if you actually working on the slides, you can see that when you are in the work area, you can click on the slide and you can then change the progress to 10, 20, up to 100%, depending on how many slides you have in your carousel. Okay, cool. So that's that. And then the last thing is you can change the footer. You can update the footer, obviously. But again, I would probably change these, keep these, because you don't want to mess around too much with these components unless you really, really have to. Now, however, if you want to change them on the slide deck later on, you have the option to, again, choose the different swipe styles by using the different variants here. And this could be a chevron, a circle, a doodle, dotted, or a hand. We're trying to add more and more of these like swipe icons as we grow this templates pack. But yeah, for now we have, I think, 5 or 6 of these different swipe icons, which you can see here. And again, there's nothing to change here. So usually the other components, I usually leave them as they are. I might eventually change in my workflow, I change the title, but that's about it, because then when I change the title, all of my templates have that title here. I don't need to manually do this for every slide. And typically I tend to delete or hide the slide numbers. But again, you can add them and you can obviously change them here in your templates. A bit more work, but ultimately it is a bit of a preference personally what you prefer. So yeah, hopefully you find this a bit helpful. In the last and final video, we will talk about how to putting everything together and creating your first carousel posts based on these components. So I will see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.